Mundane can be magical, and I think it truly is. So I get a daily email. It's called The Good Trade. And oh, it's one of my favorite. I only read a couple of emails either every day or every week. And when I say a couple, I mean two to three, maybe five at the most if we're talking weekly. And so I love reading The Good Trade because it always gives you something to chew on. And mundane days was the topic of conversation in a recent email. And in it, I loved what writer and podcaster Katie Christian said. She said, I sometimes fear that I'm losing myself to the redundancy. And that's what we've been talking about. She said, it's not that she feels lonely in the season as much as she feels bored. Being by herself so often and in the throes of a fairly monotonous routine, she sometimes fears that she's losing herself to redundancy. And
Mm,
her actions, conversations, thoughts, she says, begin to kind of blur together. And I can totally relate to that. But what
mm,
I really loved was how she talked about next of pondering the idea of cyclical living, what it looks like to stop resisting a life that feels and looks entirely ordinary or even mundane. What does it mean to choose a quiet and unassuming life? Are there benefits to our everyday looking the same? Do we cultivate patience, a stronger sense of self? Self. And then she says the truth is 99% of life is mundane, and a
mm,
person's life is a collection of all the moments that happen in the middle. I
mm.
really couldn't agree more.